Jai Guruji Maharaj, Shukrana Guruji Maharaj. With folded hands and gratitude in my heart, I bow to the lotus feet of a beloved Guruji. With his divine grace and your permission, I would like to start the reading of chapter 4 from the divine book, Blessing Ready for Divinity by Commander Uncle. Once, during a satsang at Empire Estate, I was thrilled to be chosen to execute Guruji's hukam. Colonel Joshi, a retired army veteran and one of the senior devotees in Maharaj's Seva, told me that Guruji wanted to speak to Colonel Chatterjee uncle. I needed to find him and convey the message. Excitedly, I searched both the ground and first floor halls, the entrance area where the shoes were left and the approach road, but Chatterjee uncle was nowhere to be seen. I reported back to Joshi uncle and he, in turn, conveyed this to Guruji. Guruji pointed out that Chatterjee uncle was standing next to a white ambassador parked in the dark some distance away. I promptly went and indeed found him there. That was my first lesson about Guruji's omniscience. He is everywhere and knows everything. I realized that there is nothing hidden from Maharaj, nothing at all. Not only is Guruji all-knowing, he can also very subtly and discreetly direct our will in such a way that we don't even come to realize it. My wife and I were seated on the first floor listening to Shabads at Empire Estate during a regular Saturday visit. She whispered that one particular Shabad, "Bahut janam bichre madho, e janam tumhare lekhe," had not been played for a very long time. It is one of her favorite Shabads. In it, the devotee says, "I have been separated from you for many lifetimes. This life is dedicated to you, because this good fortune of meeting you has come to me after many lives of separation." She had hardly finished her statement when we noticed that the Shabad being played had been replaced by the one she had mentioned. The Shabads were being played on cassettes put in a twin cassette deck hi-fi system. The CD players were not commonplace then. This Shabad was perhaps available on another cassette and played by the Sevada uncle on remote cue from Maharaj without any physical communication, simultaneously with the little chat between me and my wife. There are many more instances of time obeying Guruji's diktat. Once, a few devotees came to Guruji at Empire Estate to seek his blessings before taking their flight to the USA later in the night. Guruji held them back, saying they would leave only after langar. Time was running out and Maharaj was respectfully reminded about it a few times. Maharaj reassured them that their flight had been delayed and they should have langar without any worries. They left after langar and reached the airport well past the scheduled time of departure, only to find that the boarding had not been announced till they had arrived. The aircraft was simply not ready. How could it be when Maharaj had decided otherwise? It was not long before I fully started realizing that there was nothing impossible for Guruji Maharaj. He had everything covered. Guruji could not only make the ripples of his powerful will spread out over the domain of worldly activities, but as the ever compassionate Guru, he also listened to and answered the prayers of his Sangat. This faith was further reaffirmed when a dear friend, Vijay Pushkarna, approached me to get support for building a temple for the housing societies in Sector 56. He wanted to know if I knew someone who could ensure allotment of land from Huda for this purpose. Since the temple was meant for the public at large, he had already formed a society and applied to Huda. I replied in the affirmative. My friend naturally thought that I knew somebody in the administration or government who could help pave the way. I let him know my plan to take him to Guruji to receive his blessings. Vijay thought that perhaps Guruji would ask someone in the government to make it happen. I accompanied Vijay and his team to Guruji Maharaj. We followed the entire routine at Empire Estate. Finally, it was time to seek his agya. This was the time when Vijay mentioned the purpose of his visit to Guruji Maharaj. Guruji patiently listened to the request and simply said, "Kalyan." I quietly told Vijay that Guruji had blessed us and that our prayers had been granted. At that time, Vijay knew nothing about Guruji and his ways. He and his team may have wondered how their prayer would be granted. Yet, within a short time, the trust formed for this purpose got the letter for the allotment of 1,000 square yard plot to build a temple. Soon after, Vijay too became a devotee of Guruji Maharaj. Since this proposed temple had been placed by Maharaj, I thought of associating myself with it. Soon enough, I got a call from Singla uncle with Guruji's directive to me. I was not to be associated with the temple whatsoever. I had to come to Guruji Maharaj only. This re-emphasized the very first piece of advice I had got through a Sangha during my first visit to Bade Mandir. The devotee had told me that I had come to the right place and I should not go anywhere else. Ever since, I am firm in my belief that Guruji is all I ever need. I have therefore pulled myself away from every other place of worship. I always bow my head when I go past any religious place, but my veneration is towards Guruji. No matter where I bow my head, it is always at his lotus feet. I have stepped away from all other forms of puja or prayer. I do nothing as a religious man. I don't need to. There is no ritual which will grant me what I already have, my Guruji. I am at his lotus feet. He has blessed me. He has asked me to be with him. What will I achieve searching for him? So, in continuation with this belief, I have never felt a need to have a darbar at home. Why? Because the most important temple is already in my heart. If I don't have a temple there, then I could as well be sitting in a temple 24/7 and it still won't make much of a difference. Any place where I am seated and remember Guruji or participate in a satsang becomes my Guru's temple. Even when I am eating, in the kitchen, cooking, in the bed, sleeping, with my friends, with my wife, with my family, at work or wherever else, I am in his temple. I am with my Guru all the time. There is no moment when he is not around. As devotees, we do not have a choice to have Guru around us only when we need him. Guruji is around us even when we would rather not have him watching over us. We are always with our Guruji. Where is the need for an external ritual to look for Guruji? As Sant Kabir puts it, Kasturi nabhi base, mrug dhunde jagmahi. The deer searches for its scent around the world while it is in its navel. My wife is Guruji's Swarup in her kitchen, maybe a couple of yards from where she works. She enjoys the idea that while she spends her time in the kitchen, which she considers her office, she can always look at Maharaj. We can't imagine tying him down to a specific place or anchoring him to a room or a seat. For me, it doesn't work like that, but I am happy for anyone for whom it does. This is a personal connection. Everybody must have their own personal space with him. My faith is that there is no need for a separate place for Maharaj because my Guruji is in my heart. I feel him here. I can't even say, Guruji, please come to me. Come from where? He is already here. I commune with him. Being with the Guru is a state of mind, not a state of action. When I connect with Guruji, it makes no difference what the others are doing. It is their connection, it is their journey, and we are no one to judge each other. It is my connection, my journey, that is my sole concern. I am sure Guruji will not let me succumb to peer pressure. How will it make a difference to me what a particular devotee does or doesn't do? In fact, the only thing to do is to do our prescribed responsibility well, all the while keeping Guruji Maharaj in our heart. As Saint Tulsidas says in the Ramcharitramanas, Prabisi Nagar Kije Sabkaja Hriday Rakhi Kaushalpur Raja. With this, I would like to conclude today's session and would like to invite you to the reading of next chapter from the divine book Blessing Ready for Divinity. I would like to seek forgiveness from our beloved Guruji Maharaj for any mistakes in the narration of this chapter. I would also like to seek forgiveness from each and every one of you for the same. Thank you, Guruji, for everything. Thank you, each and every one of you.